I participated in some contests and I had some success. When I was 15 years old, I fell in love with some trousers that were very expensive because they were like 90 euros, and I couldn't ask for 90 euros to my mother. And I decided to apply to some poetry contest where the prize was 100 euros, so with one single poem. So I wrote this one poem, like 50 lines. I participated and I won the poetry contest, and I bought my trousers, fashionable trousers, and after that I won some other poetry contests and I got some awards. And when I was 17 years old, I participated in another poetry award, poetry prize, that published a book, my first book, then as part of the awards. I have been publishing poetry for 29 years, and yeah, for many years I have been living off poetry, and I always stand for it. I think poets should be paid for their work, or as other kind of artists like painters or composers or dancers or whatever. So I think you have to stand for your dreams, not only believe, but try to work on it. If you insist, of course, this was a very long career. When I started for the first years, it was not easy, of course. I have to pay my own transport to go to the readings, then my trips were covered, but I was not paid, then I got some fee, so it was very slow way, step by step, and now I'm in a decent position. I write poetry, but I not only write poetry, because that would be very difficult to make a living only writing poetry. I translate poetry, I mix poetry with other languages like audiovisual, like sound and image. I make poetry for children. I organize projects with poets. I bring other poets to my place. I send Galician poets to other places, acting as a jury in poetry contests, and lately I also have a residency for writers. So many things. The motor, the roots is always poetry, but after that they spread in different branches. Poetry in Europe is very diverse, and it's in a good position. It's becoming better and better concerning the standard of professionalization for poets. I mean, we are working forward, and things are a little bit better than before, of course, and I think the panorama is very rich and diverse and quite cutting edge at some point. So I think it's very, very interesting. I think it's very important to have a very strong commitment to read a lot, to read as many things as possible, very diverse and different kind of poets, and try to be the best poet that you can. Try not to be self-indulgent. Like, okay, this is good enough. No, try your best. You can do it better. You can try something new, if that is possible. But imagine that it can be possible, that you can write something new and read different literary traditions and demonstrate, show this commitment with your work. Poetry festivals are like living anthologies. So if you participate in a poetry festival, if you come to a poetry festival, it's like opening a living anthology where you can take a look, you can head in and take a look of general panorama of what's going on in many different places at the same time. So that's always interesting. You coincide, you meet other poets, and you talk with them, you chat about strong points. Maybe you find, you discover some strong points in your literary system up there in your own country, but also some weak points. You put in common some other problematics, some other problems, and also solutions, common projects that can grow up here, translation projects, and of course direct access to other literary systems.